The flowers are blooming. The trees are budding. The birds are chirping. My eyes are itching. It's allergy season. It's also the time that we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. What does Easter mean to you? It means a lot of things to many different people. For some, it's one of the 2 times that they go to church each year. For others, it is hunting for eggs and getting prizes. Yet for others, it is getting a new outfit and going to mom and dad or grandma and grandpa's church. But what is Easter? What is the resurrection? Why is that significant? Why the cross? I want to challenge you over these next few weeks as we approach Easter to consider why the cross. The Bible gives us several explanations and reasons as to why God put his son upon a cross. But there are some very real effects and consequences to the cross. The cross is not just some theological nicety that we have. It's not just a part of our persuading people to become believers, but there's real, tangible evidence. There's real consequences that come from believing in Jesus dying upon the cross and rising from the dead. 1 John 2:1-2 says this, "My little children, I am writing these things to you so that you may not sin. And if anyone sins, we have an advocate with the Father, Jesus Christ the righteous. And he himself is the propitiation for our sins, and not for our sins only, but for those of the entire world." This verse reminds us why the cross. One, the cross actually changes my identity. The cross is my propitiation. And what does that word mean? Well, it's a word that has 2 meanings, and both are wedded together. Propitiation means the removal of debt, of wrath, of judgment. It's the removal of my sin debt. It's forgiveness. God has forgiven me. But if God just forgave me and left me there, I still have a problem. I'm disconnected from God. And he not only forgave me of my sin and removed my sin debt, but secondly, he restored my relationship with him. So that's my identity. I'm forgiven and I am a son. I'm restored. But did you notice what John says? He says if we sin, God has given us an advocate that we would not sin or continue to practice sin. And so the cross not only restores my relationship by removing the wrath of God, but the cross gives me real authority. Authority in my life that I can choose righteousness, and I can choose holiness, and I can choose godliness. Authority that I can say no to my sin nature and no to my flesh. The cross has real consequences that I can live daily by. Can I challenge you, brother and sister? Take a few moments these next few weeks. Think about what the cross was. Think about the implications of the cross. Think about how you can share that story with someone who may not understand the full meaning of the cross. There is hope in Jesus alone. It is by faith alone, through grace alone, that a man can have a perfect relationship with Jesus Christ. And it's all because of the resurrection. This is the time of year that we must remember and rejoice that our Jesus lives and is alive.